I'm happy to be introducing you to our webinar topic today with Beyond Times Square. We're here to talk about festivities, and from festivities to flowers, unforgettable getaways in New York City and Washington, D.C. And it is my pleasure to introduce you to Carol Peck. Carol is the content manager at Beyond Times Square and has put together a really great presentation for you. So Carol, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Lee, and good afternoon, everyone. As Lee already stated, I am Carol Peck. I am the content manager here at Beyond Times Square. So first of all, thank you so much for joining me for today's webinar. Today, I'm going to take you on a little time traveling adventure. Now, I don't have the DeLorean or the flux capacitor like Doc Brown in Back to the Future, which, by the way, is now a Broadway musical and a must-see, but I will be spanning several months of events and activities that will take us all the way to spring of 2024. So without further ado, let's get started because we have a lot of ground to cover today. So first, let me catch you up on what is new in our #1 destination, New York City. So first, we have Manhattan's first ever public beach, Gansevoort Peninsula. Yes, I said beach and Manhattan in the same sentence. This sandy sanctuary is located right in the heart of bustling New York City, and it's really a groundbreaking project that brings a beach experience right to the Big Apple. It's tucked away in the meatpacking district in Hudson River Park, and it basically offers both residents and tourists the perfect escape from those skyscraper-laden landscapes they're accustomed to. That was a tongue twister. Anyway, it provides direct access to the Hudson River for non-motorized boats, so kayaking, anyone, right? Also stunning views of the river and the lower Manhattan skyline. It's the perfect spot to relax. There's Adirondack style chairs, and there's also picnic tables so you can enjoy lunch there, or you can enjoy having lunch there. But there's one thing you won't see here, and that is swimming. And why? Well, because it's not permitted. And anyway, who really wants to swim in the Hudson River, right? So moving on, next we have the Innovative Candlelight Concerts in New York City. Now, this is a series of live music concerts lit up by the glow of hundreds of candles and feature music for all tastes. So anywhere from classical to jazz to soul to contemporary classics. And not only that, but they take place in like intimate atmospheres in some of the city's most stunning locations. So like there's a 174-year-old church, St. Anne and the Holy Trinity, that's located in Brooklyn Heights. They have some there. Then there's the Arlo Williamsburg Hotel over in Brooklyn. Then they have some there. And then there's the New York Opera House. They have some there. So really cool venues, and they typically take place twice each night that they're actually scheduled, and they're back-to-back hour-long performances. And then depending on the date, they cover everything from holiday to Christmas classics, and they also have some great tributes like Coldplay and ABBA, and of course for all you Swifties, a Taylor Swift tribute is in the mix too. And you can find more information about those online. Again, they're called Candlelight Concerts. They are in New York City, but they're actually performed all over the world as well. So pretty cool concept. I'd love to try one of those next time I'm right inside the city. So last but not least, the other what's new in New York City topic is the debut of a new ice skating rink. And this one's going to be in Brooklyn. It's at Brooklyn Bridge Park, and it's named Glide at Brooklyn Bridge Park, which is pretty aptly named, right? It opens mid-November, the 15th to be exact, and it stays open through February of next year, 2024. Basically, it's positioned alongside the iconic Brooklyn Bridge, and it's going to showcase spectacular views of Manhattan skyline. And I mean, come on, can you just imagine like gliding on the ice with that skyline as your backdrop and the bridge next to you? It just sounds like a winter fantasy come to life for me. And I just realized that the three things I just picked were based around three very popular elements of Earth: water, fire, and ice. I did not do that on purpose, honest. All right, let's move on. So now that we know what's new in New York City, let's talk about what's new at Beyond Times Square. And if you joined us for last month's webinar, I did hint that we are once again going to be offering a New Year's Eve gala. Last year's gala sold out, by the way, and it was one spectacular event, and I expect nothing less from this year's event. This one's being held at the sleek contemporary M Social Hotel Times Square. It is, more specifically, it's actually at their fabulous venue. It's a restaurant bar venue called Beast and Butterflies. So I want you to picture this, you guys, right? The venue, Beast and Butterflies, is 7 stories up. It's got floor to ceiling windows from the front all the way down one side. It would be the left side if you're standing inside, plus a wraparound terrace outside of those windows. So I'm so excited about this because not only will our guests be guaranteed ball drop views from inside the venue, but from outside as well, which will have heat lamps for warmth, of course. Now, if you've ever been to New York City on New Year's Eve, one of the most exciting things is the energy of the crowds below. And that sentence contains a key word right there, below. So your sophisticated clients, right? They don't want to be standing shoulder to shoulder in pens that stretch at the very least 10 blocks back in Lord knows what kind of weather, 4 hours without being able to leave, even to go to the bathroom. No, they want to be above the crowds and feel, but still have that opportunity to feel that electricity below, right? And now with this New Year's Eve gala where they can go outside above the crowds, they have that and they have so much more, right? So here's the scoop. The party starts at 8, runs till 1 a.m. It's an upscale celebration for 21 years and older. Now, in addition to the panoramic views of Times Square and that iconic ball, your clients are also going to enjoy past hors d'oeuvres and a selection of chef curated picks from 8 to 11, and then a premium open bar the entire evening, including unlimited champagne, because what's New Year's Eve without champagne, right? There's also going to be entertainment, including world-class entertainers, acrobats, aerialists, and of course, plenty of dancing due thanks to a live DJ, and there is a nice sized dance floor. I already checked out the venue. One important thing to note with this gala is that we're not selling admission to the gala alone. It is only being sold as part of a complete experience. So what does that mean? Well, the minimum booking requirements are going to be as follows. Your client's first option is going to be to purchase the admission to the gala, the New Year's Eve gala, plus 2 nights hotel accommodations at the M Social Hotel with round-trip private airport transfers in a luxury vehicle. Now, this is important. I highly recommend if your clients do need hotel accommodations that they stay right in the hotel where the gala is taking place. Having been in the city for more than one New Year's Eve myself, I know how crazy it can be when you're trying to get somewhere that is located in the lockdown area at that time of night. And of course, this hotel is right in the Times Square area, so it's in the lockdown area. Now, your clients will have credentials to get them past the police barricades, but there's no telling how many blocks they'll have to go out of their way to actually find an access point. Trust me, it is so much more convenient to just stay right there at the venue and take that stress off the plate. And I have done it both ways, so trust me when I tell you it's best to stay right at the venue. Now, that being said, if your clients don't need hotel accommodations, the other option is to purchase admission to the New Year's Eve gala and then add 2 or more of our private experiences to it to complete that package, if you will. And those experiences are many and varied and can be tours we offer year-round or our seasonal tours, whatever speaks to your client's interests and passions. And again, last year's gala did sell out. Prices always increase as we get closer to our events. So if you have clients that have expressed interest in doing New Year's Eve in New York City, reach out to them now so they can get it at that lower cost. All right, now let's move on to our exclusive 2023 Thanksgiving Day Parade viewing party. Basically, actually, we're not moving on. We're actually moving back, right? Anyway, I'm excited. If you guys haven't heard, it's back, 3rd year. If you're not familiar, it's an exclusive indoor parade viewing brunch. Basically, it is the way for your clients to watch the parade in style and just experience a Thanksgiving morning like no other. The venues that we have is called Del Frisco's. It's a high-end steakhouse. It's right on the parade route. I want you to picture this. 2 stories, floor-to-ceiling windows, with the second floor being a huge open balcony where your clients can look right down to the first floor. And of course, right out of the parade, right? They can also view the parade from the first floor. However, they may not be able to see the marching bands as well from that vantage point because there will be a crowd on the sidewalk directly in front of the building. But, they're obviously going to be able to see all the floats, the balloons, and from the second store, they can see right over that crowd down to the ground. Also, if they want to go outside to get views, there's actually a private viewing area strictly for our guests, so they don't have to go shoulder to shoulder with everybody out on the sidewalk that's open to the public. And basically, this is going to be right outside the venue. And if you're looking at it from the street, it's going to be on the right side of the restaurant. So it's a really great spot for pictures too, because you can actually watch the parade come down at you from 49th Street from that vantage point. All right, so what else? Besides amazing views, in a climate-controlled, stunning surroundings with bathrooms, of course. Your clients are also going to be treated to fabulous fare. This includes a hot breakfast and brunch buffet, plus my personal favorite of any holiday celebration, unlimited mimosas and Bloody Marys. And that's not all. There's also going to be entertainment. Not that the parade isn't a lot of entertainment, right? But think about this. Our event starts at 8. Parade starts at 9. It's coming from Central Park West. So it's going to take a good 15, maybe 20 minutes to get down. So we got to keep everybody in high energy and keep those kids occupied, right? So we have a DJ. We have Broadway performers. We have a balloon maker, a face painter, and a characterist. So we got the adults and the kids covered with entertainment. And again, I have to tell you, the event has sold out the last 2 years, and the rates do increase as we get closer. So again, get your clients in now before it sells out or the rates go back up. I also want to note about this that we can do a complete package. Now, this is an event that you can purchase separately, but we can do a complete package to make it easier for your clients, make it a seamless experience and seamless for you guys, as advisors, right? So that would include a hotel, round trip luxury transfers, any tours they want to add if they wanted to do that. We also have this really great option. It's like a 360 Thanksgiving package, right? So it's 3 days. It really has some amazing experiences. It includes, in addition, of course, to the Thanksgiving Day parade viewing party, round trip luxury private airport to hotel transfers and, of course, return, services of a private expert tour guide for all the tours that we include. And the tours that we include in this package is the balloon inflation tour. And you guys, if you are not familiar with the balloon inflation area in New York City the day before Thanksgiving, let me tell you, I have done this, and honestly, I think I love it more than the parade, because the balloons, like, I never realized this, right, until I started, coming into New York for Thanksgiving. But the balloons get blown up somewhere, right? I didn't realize it was a place that you could actually go and see them, like that was open to the public. It's actually right up next to the American Museum of Natural History, across from Central Park. It's a security basically surrounding it, so you have to go through a little checkpoint. But once you're in there, you could just walk right up. You can see the balloons being blown up, talk to the handlers, get some inside tales. It's just a really, really cool experience. I love, love, love that we offer a private guided tour up there, so your clients don't have to worry about getting up there, finding the entrance point, that type of thing. So we do include that in this 3-day Thanksgiving package, or they can add it, to any other package that they're doing. Also included in this particular package is going to be the choice of either one of 2 of our holiday lights tours. One's in Manhattan, one's in Brooklyn. I'm going to be talking about them shortly. But else, tickets to the Christmas spectacular starring the Radio City Rockettes, right? That's like you got to do that if you're in the city for the holidays. And then admission to either the Museum of Natural History or the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and that can just be used at their leisure. They also are going to get restaurant reservation concierge service their entire 3 days as well. So really great package. And of course, like all of our packages, it can be customized and curated to your client's personal interests and passions. Okay, so that's it for our exclusive events. And truth be told, I did have one more to talk about in between Thanksgiving and New Year's, but literally, you guys, it just sold out. And it was our very popular, obviously, VIP Rockefeller Center Christmas tree lighting party. So I just want you to keep that in mind for next year, since it's sold out already for this year. But it's a really cool way to see the tree being lit up on the Wednesday after Thanksgiving, and indoor, venue with food and drink, the whole 9 yards. So I would get your clients on the waiting list for next year if they're interested. That way, as soon as we get the contract, we can contact you and get your clients in, since obviously it sells out quite early. Okay, let's talk about our holiday experiences now. So basically, on this slide, we have what I call our oldies but goodies, and they're only oldies because they've been around for a couple of years. No offense to their age. So first up is our super popular Home Alone 2 Christmas in New York private tour. If you haven't guessed, this is based on the holiday classic Home Alone 2 Lost in New York. And this experience, let your clients follow in Kevin McAllister's footsteps, but minus those bumbling burglars, and in style in a private luxury vehicle, along with an expert tour guide who's going to share fun facts and insider information about every location they visit. And those locations, think the Plaza Hotel where Kevin actually stayed in the film, FAO Schwartz, which was actually renamed Duncan's Toy Chest for the film, Times Square, Battery Park, and Central Park, of course, where he met and had a fabulous, heartwarming relationship with with the pigeon lady. The pigeon lady, yes, they really formed a bond. I love that part. But that's not all. Oh, and there's more sites than that as well. That's just a few of them. But then your clients get to cap off this memorable day with a visit to their choice of one of 4 of the Big Apple's best observation decks. And they're going to be treated to a view of New York City skyline, all dressed up in its holiday best from that vantage point, which I absolutely love. So the next one on this slide is the first of 2 of the Holiday Lights tours that we offer that I kind of alluded to on the last page. It's going to be a part of our Thanksgiving package, our free-dayer. And the first one's a Manhattan Holiday Lights. So this experience basically lets your clients soak in all those amazingly decorated windows in Manhattan. And in some cases, it's entire buildings, right? All decked out in the festive lighting and accents. And some even have musical light shows. I'm looking at you, Saks Fifth Avenue. That's really cool. If you guys haven't seen it, it's a really cool thing they do, I think, every 20 minutes or half hour during the holidays. And then, of course, we're going to see that ginormous Rockefeller Center Christmas tree, the world's largest menorahs on there, and more. And all of this, you guys, without having to brave the elements or deal with those crowds. And oh my goodness, do those sidewalks get crowded. But instead, they can just sit back, relax in the comfort of a private luxury vehicle while their personal chauffeur takes care of navigating the busy New York City streets. And then their tour guide, elevates that journey by giving them captivating insights and tales and little known tidbits. So they're really getting the full experience, right? Now, moving on to our next Holiday Lights tour. If you think that Manhattan has a monopoly on holiday decorations in New York City, then you haven't been to Brooklyn. So no worries, because our crazy Christmas Lights of Brooklyn will take your clients via luxury vehicle, of course, with an expert tour guide to this New York City borough, where they're going to get to see the infamous Dyker Heights neighborhood. And it became infamous thanks to a PBS documentary well over 20 years ago, and also a feature on TLC's Crazy Lights of Christmas. So it really came, it's been going on for longer than that, but it really came to the public eye because of those 2 shows it was featured on. So I like to say for this particular area, that holiday lights, or holiday decorations, I should say, on steroids is really an understatement, right? Because every year these residents, they just go all out during the holiday season. So much so that it's really become this huge popular tourist destination. It's like you're going to see everything from over-the-top light displays, this extravagant inflatable characters, things you wouldn't even begin to imagine. And I always say it's sure to get even the Grinchiest of Grinches in the holiday mood. It's just, you can't not come out of there feeling festive, right? Especially since you're going to be in a luxury vehicle and not have to worry again about navigating the traffic. And then the last one on this slide is our holiday train show at the beautiful, beautiful New York Botanical Gardens. And this is for our train enthusiasts. And we do add a VIP touch to the holiday train show, because what happens is your clients are going to have, when they arrive, their very own personal botanical garden escort as their guide. That escort will take them on a walking tour of the grounds. And then they're also going to get to see a tour of the must-see to believe holiday train show in a golf cart. So they're going to get driven around in style. Now, if you're not familiar with this train show, which I wasn't before we started offering it, basically it's a world of miniature New York City landmarks on display, crafted from natural materials like acorns, pie cones, yeah, how about pine cones, and more, all made with impeccable detail. And of course, the train's running through it. And you know what? It's really not just for train enthusiasts. It's just a unique and enchanting experience for everyone. Highly recommend that one. Now, on the next slide is our new for 2023 private holiday experiences, and I'm so thrilled to present these. My product team did such a fabulous job coming up with some new products this year that are just our clients are eating them up. Like these are so popular already. I love that. So first up on here is our Festive Delights Cocoa Caroling Cruise and Holiday Markets experience. And this is a land and sea adventure, right? So it starts with this enchanting holiday themed harbor cruise that comes complete with cocoa, cookies, and even caroling. And then it ends with a visit to several of the city's vibrant holiday markets so that your clients can get some shopping done while they're in the city. And those holiday markets are so amazing. There's all kinds of trinkets and homemade crafts and homemade baked goods. And again, just so festive. Just love walking through them. And they could do it either way. They could do the cruise and the markets, or vice versa. And that's the beauty of booking with us, is that we can curate your clients' experiences pretty much any way they want. So everything I talk about is always, there's always room for change based on what your clients want. Now, our second new one for this year is our holiday trifecta experience. And this one is cool because it offers 3 like quintessential New York holiday experiences, right? So you get ice skating at Woolman Rink in Central Park with, of course, the iconic New York skyline as a picture perfect backdrop, right? Then there's a whimsical horse-drawn carriage ride, and that's either going to be through the picturesque landscapes of Central Park or down the spectacularly illuminated Fifth Avenue. And then your clients also, with the holiday trifecta, will get a choice of one of those holiday light tours we've already discussed, either the Manhattan or the Brooklyn, which of course you now know are both done via private luxury vehicle with an expert tour guide. And then last but not least of our single day experiences is our Winter Wonderland New York City holiday experience. This is great too. VIP pass to your clients to skate around Rockefeller Center Plaza. Rockefeller, oh my goodness, I'm having trouble this afternoon. Sorry, guys. Rockefeller Plaza's iconic rink, right under that world famous tree. I've done that. It is such a cool experience. They also are going to get a private walking tour. This is going to be a walking tour of the Manhattan spectacular holiday lights, because there are people that like to be out and about and, in the weather grab a hot chocolate and walk around and see everything. And then tickets, of course, to the world renowned Christmas spectacular featuring those legendary Rockettes. That is Winter Wonderland. Now, there is one more, as you notice on here, and it's a brand new multi-day experience that's based around the holidays. And it's called our New York City Christmas Magic Holiday Experiences. So as one of our, what we call our BTSQ signature experiences, this one's going to include private round-trip airport transfers in a luxury vehicle, of course, accommodations at the stunning 5-star Pier Hotel, which is one of my favorite properties in the city now. It's also going to include dinner reservations at your client's choice of restaurants, with our recommendations, of course, and premium seating at a Broadway show of their choice. But that's not all. It's also going to include some of our most popular holiday tours, and that includes ones we've already talked about, of course, Home Alone, Festive Delights, Winter Wonderland, and in addition, a Christmas Lights holiday horse and carriage ride in Central Park and Fifth Avenue. So lots going on there. Again, completely customizable, meaning your clients plan the days and times. They can add experiences. They can take out experiences. The sky is pretty much the limit with us. And now we're going to move away from New York City, because I am going to talk about another one of my favorite destinations that we offer. And I'm so happy to report that we have a brand new holiday experience in our nation's capital for 2023. That's right. Now your clients can experience the magic of the holiday season in Washington, D.C. with our, like never before, mind you, with our exclusive Washington, D.C. enchanting holiday lights experience. Now, whether your clients are a family seeking a magical evening together, or a couple searching for a romantic evening out, or even a group of friends just looking to take in the sights and sounds of the holidays, this is one experience that really does fit all, right? So the night begins with a cozy pedicab tour, and that comes complete with a blanket. The pedicab comes complete with a blanket, and there's a canopy to keep the elements out. It's going to feature all of DC's iconic holiday sites, think like the National Christmas Tree, the National Menorah, the Capitol Christmas Tree, and many more that are out there that they put up during the holidays. And don't forget, they're also going to see those spectacular monuments and memorials that light up the city year round. And if you've never seen the memorials and the monuments lit up in DC at night, I mean, they're a treat in itself. That's my favorite time to go out in DC, is in the evening to see that. So it's like an added bonus. Even they're seeing the holiday lights and they're seeing what's there year round, right? And of course, the pedicab ride, that's great because they can sit back and relax, let somebody else do the driving, don't have to worry about traffic, don't have to, walk anywhere. And it'll also include a stop for some toasty hot chocolate as well. So they get that little perk. But it doesn't stop there. So this is really cool. After the pedicab is complete, they're after the tour is complete, I should say, their driver will take them and drop them off at the Enchant DC, which is at National Park, where they're going to have VIP access. Now, if you're not familiar, Enchant at National Park is a magical winter wonderland that transforms the baseball stadium into this festive destination for all ages. It's actually the world's largest Christmas light maze. And then they also have an amazing holiday market there, right? So what can they do? So basically, they can navigate that maze that I just talked about that's illuminated by over 4 million lights. They can go ice skating. There's an ice skating rink. That is an additional fee, even with the VIP access. Just found that out. They can shop at the holiday market. They also, with their VIP access, though, they get to enjoy exclusive access to a VIP lounge. Basically, they can go in, they can enjoy a complimentary welcome beverage. There's unlimited coffee and soft drinks, and they can really just relax and soak up the holiday atmosphere if they want in there. Plus, they're going to receive a special commemorative souvenir gift. There's live entertainment and more, right? And basically, it's just going to be an unforgettable holiday experience between the pedicab ride and then Enchant DC, which is such a huge thing now every year in DC. And that's one that I have not been to yet, and I want to get there this year, but I'm just really excited about this one too. All right, guys. Now, I'm going to take you straight from the holidays right into spring of 2024. We're just going to time travel. We're just going to get past all those months of winter that I'm just not really thrilled about and go right into spring when everything starts blooming back up again and life becomes beautiful and gets colorful again. At least here in the Northeast, depending on where you live, that you may have palm trees year round and sunshine. And if you do, I'm very jealous. But that being said, let's talk about the Cherry Blossom Festival, because it's never too early to start planning. We've already had requests coming in, so people are thinking about it. So basically, a little history for you. How's that? About 100 years ago, well over 100 years, actually, well over 100 years ago, way back in 1912, the mayor of Tokyo City, Japan, made a decision that to this day ensures that spring is welcome into our nation's capital in a phenomenal burst of pink blooms. And that decision was that he decided to gift Washington, D.C. with 12 different varietals of Japanese cherry trees, 3,020 cherry trees to be exact. And that was as a symbol of the growing friendship between the two nations. However, it wasn't until 23 years later that the first Cherry Blossom Festival was held, and 24 years later that it became a national annual event. And what an annual event it is, you guys. I mean, from petal porches to pink tie parties to parades to Pedalpalooza and more, the festivities surrounding the National Cherry Blossom Festival are as unique as they are colorful, and they take that color pink to a whole new dimension, let me tell you. So this, just FYI, 2024's festival, I looked it up, is scheduled to run from Wednesday, March 20th through Sunday, April 14th, and that's because the cherry blossoms typically bloom starting around the last week of March into the first week of April. Now, as for peak bloom dates, the National Park Service has this great online site where you or your clients can what they call bloom watch as we get closer to see exactly when that peak is going to be. Now, if you're looking for clients that want a unique way to take in all this beauty, one that's going to take their cherry blossom viewing experience to a whole new level, we have you covered with plenty of private luxury options. And these were all such a huge hit last year, and we even got to experience some of them as a team. So highly recommend each and every one. First one is, how about the Cherry Blossoms by Bill? We have a private 90-minute speedboat adventure on the Potomac. Basically, your clients board the speedboat down in the wharf, which is one of DC's newest districts. Really cool entertainment venues, restaurants. I think they just put up a new hotel down there. Really cool place to be in DC now. What happens is they board the boat at the wharf. The tour starts in Washington Channel, continues up the Potomac River till they get to their final destination, which is Georgetown. But along the way, they're just going to have these fabulous views of the blooming trees along the banks. So a whole new vantage point of them. Plus, they're also going to see some of DC's most famous monuments and memorials and buildings from that vantage point. And they can bring their own food and drinks on board, or if they would like, they can even have this catered, right, upon request. And their guide, just let me tell you, like I said, my team and I got to experience this particular tour actually back in March during Cherry Blossom, and Captain Denny and his suite of captains are just a joy to be around. I mean, the entire time we were out in the water, our captains kept us entertained with so much history, including a few pop quizzes, which was fun. Plenty of anecdotes and little known facts. And then as a last hurrah, he actually made a donut with the boat as we headed back into the dock, which was so much fun. And it's so much fun any time of the year. Obviously, this runs during all the, warm weather seasons in DC, but it's just a really unique way for your clients to take in those blossoms. Okay, now, next one is going to be a night tour. So thanks to the fact that those monuments and memorials are so brilliantly lit, as I already raved about come sundown, this is a great time for your clients to get out and see the blooms, because they can beat some of the daytime crowds, check out the cherry blossoms in the evening. They're not going to have to deal with the traffic, the crowds. And so they can walk around and do this, or if they want to take this concept a little bit further, they can view them from the seat of a bike, because we have a DC night private bike tour. And on this tour, their expert professional tour guide, who's also another fabulous tour guide, Jeff, that we absolutely adore, who does our tours. He is just amazing. He's going to meet them at the hotel with a plan in mind. It's going to make sure they get the best views of those blossoms. And he's even going to customize the tour if they have specific sites that they want to fit in, right? So think about it, with less traffic, both vehicular and by foot, your clients are going to enjoy a less hectic pace and get some pretty incredible nighttime photo opportunities as well. And the final option for a unique way of seeing these blooms, if they don't want to bike or boat or hoof it, they can take in these springtime's beauties via that pedicab on the DC Cherry Blossom private pedicab tour. So, we've already talked about the pedicab for the lights. Now this is the pedicab for the blooms, right? And again, they get to sit back in comfort and enjoy the ride while their driver chauffeurs them around all the popular viewing spots. And, of course, as they make their way around the tidal basin and the National Mall, their driver, who's also an expert tour guide, is going to provide them with a narrative to make sure they don't miss a thing, right? So you can walk around aimlessly and look at the blooms, or you can get, or your clients can get a private tour with somebody that knows so much. And you're going to come away from there going, wow, I would have never realized that if I had just walked around here without this professional guide telling me all these little known facts and tidbits, right? And basically, even though they're in the pedicab, right, their guide is more than happy to oblige if they want to climb out at certain points, get up close and friendly to any particular monuments, memorial, or blossoms. And I forgot to mention this on the holiday lights one, but the pedicab is dog friendly, right? So don't leave Fido behind. And I have a little baby boy that I take everywhere with me. So that's very important to me to find dog friendly activities. And DC is actually a very dog city, in case you weren't aware. Okay, so these are just a handful of the experiences we offer in DC. So, I just wanted to give you some unique ways they could see the cherry blossoms. So be sure to check our website, or just even easier, contact our experienced designers with your clients' interests and passions, and they'll give you all the options we have available. And again, all completely customizable. And I can't say that enough. I think that's one of the best things about our company, is that everything is just customizable and curated, and it's just all what your clients want. It's not that cookie cutter. You go on a bus, you get herded with a bunch of people, you get the standard tour. It's what they want to see, right? Okay. And as you can see here on my last slide, my thank you slide, and I just want to thank you all so very much for attending today's webinar with Beyond Times Square. It was truly my pleasure to give you some of the ideas of what we can offer your luxury clients as they head into either New York City for the holidays, or DC for the holidays, or for 2024 Cherry Blossom Festival, right? Thinking ahead. And, of course, this is just a portion of the incredible private luxury options that we offer for your valued clients. So please reach out to my amazing team of experienced designers for even more great ideas. And like I said, they love to curate and customize. And that's it. Again, thank you so much for your time today, and enjoy the rest of your week.
Well, Carol, thank you. As usual, you did a great job. And we've got a few questions here. I just want to remind everybody before I get into questions that if you have a question, you can ask that now through the question box. It's on the right-hand side of your screen. If you close the control panel, just open it up by clicking the little orange button with the white arrow. So, Carol, do you have the ability to do group experiences?
Oh my goodness, absolutely. We have an amazing group department, and groups can be anywhere from I think it starts if there's accommodations like 10 rooms, but we've done sizes of groups like up to hundreds of people, right? And the thing is, I like to tell everybody, so our FIT is luxury. As we said, it's all luxury, curated, customized. Our group experiences, of course, they can be luxury as well, but they don't have to be luxury. So we've done school groups, we've done church groups, we've done business groups. So keep that in mind, but absolutely we can do groups.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Winter Restaurant Week. I might be stumping you with this, but the question was, do you know when it is? And if not, maybe where can we go to find that out?
Well, I happen to know when that is. It's actually, I don't know the exact date. So if you want the exact date, you're going to have to go online. But it always falls like normally around the last week of January, first week of February. It's usually 2 weeks, just like the 2-for-1 Broadway. It's almost always running the same time as the 2-for-1 Broadway promotion that they put on. That's when you're going to find the restaurant week as well. And I don't know if you guys are aware, but it's not just in the winter. They do that twice a year. So they'll also do it again. I believe they just did it. I think it's September. Yeah, September they do the 2-for-1 Broadway again, and then they do another restaurant week. So yes, so look for it in January. Towards the end of January it is.
Okay, well, excellent. Thank you. So, what about pre and post cruise transfers to and from the ship? Are you able to handle those?
We do, but only as a part of a package. So so there are certain stipulations because we do a lot of tour excursions, right? So people, or even people that are coming in early, and before they even get on the ship, we do different experiences, and then we can get them to the ship, or vice versa when they're getting off, get them off, meet them at the ship and take them. But again, we do have different stipulations. There's different, there we take into all of our bookings have to align with specific criteria, right? Including a length. It might be a length of stay, or it might be the inclusivity. I can never say that word, of certain travel components. It may be a minimum price. Basically, so we don't just do one-offs. We had in the past. We used to do just Broadway tickets. We used to do just transfers. We don't do that anymore. We will do them as incorporated with other components.
Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you. Well, Carol, that was it. That was the last question. And thank you again for sharing so much great information with us. And I'm going to turn it to you for closing comments.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Lee. And thank you for those great questions. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to our destination experts. And I just want to thank you guys again, not only for taking time out of your busy schedules to discover all that Beyond Times Square has to offer, but for your partnership and your dedication that you show in crafting your dream experiences for every client. We love doing that with you. We look forward to creating magical memories together this holiday season and well beyond. So again, thank you. We appreciate you.
All right. Well, my thanks as well. And I did record, and we'll make sure that all of you have access to the replay as well. So, with that, we'll wish you all a great day and conclude the webinar. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.